Recording. So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our June DPAC meeting and election. This is our last meeting of the school year. And thank you for everyone that's joining us tonight. Today will be a quick meeting. We're going to have Mr. Serin go through the superintendent's report. And then if we meet quorum, we're going to continue with the DPAC election and finish up with, the bylaw amendments. So that depending on if we meet quorum. So Mr. Serin, I'm gonna give you the floor.
Sure, thank you. Let me, can you allow me to share, please?
Yep. I'm gonna make you a co-host. Yep.
Perfect. All right, so let me put this down. Are you able to see my screen?
Yep, I see it.
Perfect. Perfect. So, good evening, everybody. So today, instead of going over our priority statements as we've done in the past, I would like to talk to you about progress we made towards our goals, end of year goals, in alignment with our priorities. In terms of priority one, as you know, our priority one speaks around all students learn to read well, and the focus of this is utilizing a cadence assessment to progress monitoring, based on the end of year assessment results. The highest percentage of students performing on or above grade level from our schools, I would like to shout out the following principals for meeting the 70% or more of their students performing on or above grade level. These principals are Principal Spekia and staff, Principal Rosa and staff, Principal Lee Sim and staff, Principal Zabrowski and staff, Principal Egan and staff, and Principal Mahajan and staff. In terms of our progress towards our meeting end of year target, for our progress in terms of all students in K-2, our progress is, our goal is 64.15% of our students will be on or above grade level. As of today, our end of year performance for K-2 is 61%. In terms of our Hispanic students, that is 44.4%. Our goal is 52.83%. In terms of Black students, we have 55.3% of our Black students performing on or above grade level. Our goal is 65.2%. In terms of our MLL, ENL students, 41% of our ENL students performed on or above grade level. Our goal is 46.8%. And finally, our SWD students performed 35%, and our goal is 39.6%. Unfortunately, as of today, we have not met any of our end of year targets, but as you know, we kept our end of year target really high, 10% for each subgroup and 5% for all students. In terms of our priority two, all students are physically and emotionally safe. We have not compiled the data yet. We're going to skip to priority three, providing all students with high quality academic experience. That speaks to providing students with explicit instruction around HMH. We utilize iReady reading assessment to progress monitor. I would like to shout out the following principles for meeting for scoring 150% or more median typical growth progress on iReady reading. Principal DePaula and staff, Principal Leakey and staff, Principal Rico and staff, Principal Carter and staff, Principal Cummings and staff, Principal Gathers, Bullard and staff, Principal Lefalace and staff, Principal Davis, Neely and staff, Principal Lee Sim and staff, Principal Bradley and staff, Principal Miller and staff, Principal Harrison and staff, Principal Villon and staff, Principal Friedman and staff, Principal Pritchard and staff, Principal Abbott and staff, and finally, Principal Mahajan and staff. In terms of highest percentage of students scoring on or above grade level, that speaks to students who performed 60% of or above on the most recent, on the iReady end of year reading assessment. These principals are Principal Swirsky and staff, Principal Rico and staff, Principal Carter and staff, Principal Specchia and staff, Principal Davis Neely and staff, Principal Rosa and staff, Principal Lee Sim and staff, Principal Zabrowski and staff, Principal Harrison and staff, Principal Egan and staff, Principal Pritchard and staff, Principal Groff and staff, Principal Abbott and staff, and finally Principal Mahajan and staff. Those schools, you know, 60% of the or more of their students scored or on or above grade level on the end of year iReady reading assessment. In terms of monitoring our progress towards our end of year goal, looking at our 3 to 8 students who scored on or above grade level on iReady reading, we had 54.8% of our 3 to 8 students scoring on or above grade level as of this morning. Our goal is 57.6%. 38.2% of our Hispanic students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 42.7%. 44.4% of our Black students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 50.3%. 12.4% of our MLL students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 20.8%. And finally, 23.9% of our SWD students scored on or above grade level, and our goal is 30.9%. Unfortunately, we have not met any of our end of year goals in terms of our subgroups as of today. Looking at our priority 4 statements, all students graduate college and career ready and have a strong plan and pathway to economic security. We utilize iReady mathematics to progress monitor. In terms of end of year progress, looking at our end of year goals, 3 to 8 students who scored on or above grade level. In terms of looking at our all student subgroup, 62.5% of our 3 to 8 students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 64.6%. 38.7% of our Hispanics scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 44%. 39.2% of our Black students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 41.44%. 35.8% of our MLL students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 40.6%. 21% of our SWD students scored on or above grade level. Our goal is 34.9%. We would like to shout out our highest median progress in terms of schools that performed 132% or more progress. The following school principals and staff performed 132% or more growth in terms of median typical growth on iReady math. Principal Singh and staff, Principal Carter and staff, Principal Lefalace and staff, Principal Lee Sim and staff, Principal Leong and staff, Principal Bradley and staff, Principal Miller and staff, Principal Friedman and staff, Principal Gruff and staff, Principal Abbott and staff, Principal Witherspoon and staff, and finally Principal Marjan and staff. Highest percentage of students who scored on or above grade level shoutouts, that's 60% or more. Principal Swirsky and staff, Principal Meyer and staff, Principal Singh and staff, Principal DePaula and staff, Principal Arico and staff, Principal Corder and staff, Principal Specchia and staff, Principal Marsagi and staff, Principal Lafalaise and staff, Principal Davis Neely and staff, Principal Rosa and staff, Principal Lee Sim and staff, Principal Leong and staff, Principal Zabrowski and staff, Principal Egan and staff, Principal Friedman and staff, Principal Pritchard and staff, Principal Groff and staff, Principal Abbott and staff, and finally Principal Marjan and staff. We are going to move to our goal around chronic absenteeism. Our end of year performance percentage as of Friday, June 20th. Percentage of students who are chronically absent, 17.6% of our overall, all students are chronically absent as of Friday. Our goal is 14.45%, 45%. 31%, 31.3% of our Hispanic learners. The goal is 29.7%. 33.75% of our Black learners. The goal is 29.9%. 19.4% of our MLL learners. The goal is 24.27%. And finally, 25.6% of our SWD learners, and our goal is 19.63%. Unfortunately, we have not met any of our goals in terms of chronic absenteeism. So that's where we are in terms of progress monitoring. We will run the data again tomorrow because there might be some schools who tested their students today, and we will share this data with you, the final data with you, and our performance and progress towards our end of year goals. We will update them on our systems, and we will share them with you. We will share them with you on our next meeting. That's it for now. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Serin.
Thank
I don't see
you.
any questions in the chat. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask. Don't be shy. So all these data are very important to you as well, even though you are on the PAC, because PAC also are entitled to have a seat on the SLT. When you sit on these SLT meetings, you will go through, go over the CEP goals. And one of our role is to decide on how to spend that 1% Title I money. And that can also be sometimes to help support these weak areas that we need more support in. So let me pull up my let me share my PowerPoint. Where's the share? Oh, right here. I lost the sharing. Do you see my slide? Okay. So our current Title I members, our current DPAC members are Catherine. She's our chairperson. We do have a vacancy, and the alternate is still vacant. And then our secretary is Crystal Gonzalez. So their terms ends June 30th. So they will end next week. And then our new members who would like to run for the position will be running for the 2025 to 2027 school year. So it's a 2 years term. Since we are not meeting the quorum, we will not be doing the election. But let me go through what Title I is in case you are new to this. So Title I is a federal program who provides supplemental financial assistance to schools where majority of the students are from low-income families. The Title I fund will be used to help support children receive a fair and equitable, high-quality education and to close the educational achievement gaps. That funds can also be used to support students who are failing or most at risk of failing, to support with intervention programs, to extend learning times as before and after school sessions, even summer programs, PDs for teachers, principal, and other supporting staff, and support students in the shelter. All Title I schools are required to include parents in the decision-making process regarding the Title I educational program. All Title I school must establish a Title I PAC Parent Advisory Council, which is the PAC. The PAC is the chair, the alternate, and the secretary. And these parents who run for these positions will sit in and help decide on how to spend that 1% Title I fund. And that amount varies each year. The PAC will also be in charge of conducting the, holding Title I monthly meetings. So we suggest these Title I meetings being held right after a PAPTA meeting. So we finish the PAPTA meeting and then we'll continue with the Title I meeting. Of course, we're going to make it very clear on the flyers and make sure all these notices are sent out with 10 days advance to all parents. All parents are Title I parents in the school are included as a Title I parent. And PAC chair will also be joining DPAC meetings, which is this meeting on the district level. And PAC will also be joining the city PAC, which is on the chancellor's level. So these are monthly meetings. If the PAC chair cannot join these monthly meetings, we encourage that you point someone, designate someone from the school to be representing. So the whole idea of attending all these meetings are that you learn, and you learn the presentation, you see the presentation, you learn the knowledge, and then you bring it back to the school and then present it during your PAC meetings. Does anyone have any questions about Title I? Okay. If we also met quorum today, we will be going through the Title I bylaws. We would like to make some amendments. The only proposed amendments that we were going to change was the quorum. We wanted to change the quorum from 8 parents to 5 parents, but since we did not meet quorum, we cannot make the change. So this is still highlighted, and bylaws are also suggested to be reviewed annually and updated every 3 years. This bylaw is back from 2022, so it's also time for us to update it. Let me go back to, we do have 26 Title I schools total for the 2024 and 2025 school years. It can increase. And these are all our DOE vendors that we have worked with. So when parents are one suggestion on how to spend that 1% Title I fund, they usually ask for the suggestions and who we work with. So these are great resources. We have worked with all these DOE vendors, and we have also invited them in to participate in our DPAC meetings so you can learn more about these programs. And we're going to try to invite them in next year as well. Next DPAC meeting, we do not have a schedule set for next school year, but usually city PAC meetings are usually on the last Monday of each month. So it makes more sense for us to keep our meetings on either Wednesday or Thursday of each month so we can gain their presentation, get the knowledge from them, and then share that with our parents. I think that's it from me since we are not doing, the election and we are not meeting the quorum. We can't amend the bylaws. We will have to wait for our September meeting. I'm gonna stop sharing. Does anyone have any questions? Stacy, Sherbert, do you guys have any questions? Please let us know. Okay, so we're good.
Thank you, Jenny.
No
Thank you,
problem.
Jenny.
We'll continue in September and hoping that we'll meet the quorum. We just need 8 parents from each school.
When is the meeting date for September?
So since all city PAC meetings are, falls on the last Monday of that month, I suggest we continue with either Wednesday or Thursday of the month, the last Wednesday or Thursday of each month. Because this way we can bring all the information that we gain from the city PAC meeting and bring it to our meeting, right? That makes more sense to me.
So
When we,
the last Wednesday is Rosh Hashanah.
okay,
The last Thursday is fine. It's evening parent teacher conferences for high schools.
I mean, we want to include everyone. So in this case, we should move it to the Thursday or Wednesday before, right? Does that make sense?
So the Wednesday before is parent teacher conferences evening for elementary schools, and the Thursday before that one is parent teacher conferences evening for middle schools.
Lewis. Okay.
Listen, just giving you how it is.
I know. I'm gonna plan it. We'll plan it, and then we'll bring it up.
Okay.
We'll make some tentative updates, and then we'll bring it up on our first meeting. And then we'll, I can send out a Google form asking parents what time is most convenient for them. We can keep the same date, but we can change the time. It's either 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 7 o'clock. Even 8 o'clock will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, at what time frame parents will be most likely to attend these meetings. So I'm flexible. And yeah, so it's depending on the parent. All right, that's from, we have one more parent joining. Let me let her in. She's from PS21. And I know she made every effort to join the meeting, but I'm gonna let her know that we did not meet quorum.
Yeah.
Hi, Arati. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, sorry, I lost track of time.
Don't worry, I know you're trying every effort to join this meeting. We are done presenting. We did not meet quorum.
We did not meet quorum, I'm sorry.
We did not meet quorum, yeah. So we'll try again in September. We were just discussing about, tentative meeting date for September, and we came up with, sticking to the same days, either last Wednesday or last Thursday of the month, since city PAC meetings are usually the last Monday of each month.
Okay,
So it makes more sense to bring, the presentation from the city PAC meeting and then bring it to our own meetings.
sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
All right.
Appreciate your time.
Have a good summer. Enjoy.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sherbert and
Summer. Yeah.
Stacy. Thank you, Rachel.
All right.
Good
Bye
night,
bye.
Jenny. Have a good
Bye,
summer.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Louis. Bye,
Have a
Umit.
safe